Hey everyone, it's Ninja Bean. Welcome to a new Down and Derby diary. It's been a while since I've posted. I'm enjoying an Americano coffee right now. It's pretty good. It's raining out and kind of sucks. But it's Friday, which is great, even though days have no meaning and I keep forgetting what day of the week it is. Hopefully my camera doesn't adjust a bunch. I can't figure out how to lock the exposure, so bear with me. So yeah, I thought I would film a quick little update on the going-ons of my life and Derby. There's no Derby, let's be honest. Unfortunately, the pandemic has put us in a bit of a, crappy situation when it comes to the derbs. Anyway, in the meantime, I'm trying to keep busy. I was working out pretty regularly, and then the thing happened where I ended up getting stitches in my leg, which kind of put a stop to that for about 10 days. I've decided just to not even try to work out, because so the front of my shin is where the stitches are, and it's kind of, I don't want to hit that. I don't want to rip them. I don't want to make it worse. So I've just sort of stopped working out until probably next week, where I'll start back up again. So it was my first set of stitches ever. It took me till I was 30 years old to actually receive stitches. So I had a weird feeling about the whole situation where I was like, no, I don't want stitches, but there was a part of me that was kind of excited to experience stitches because I hadn't had them. What happened was, I don't even know. I misstepped and fell, and I don't even know how to describe this thing. I've tried to describe it a couple times, but it's kind of difficult. So my boyfriend has a lumber drying business, and they have a kiln. And the kiln has these rails that you slide the wood out on, and the rails have pretty much a perfect 90-degree angle. It's not sharp, but it's sharp. I don't know how to describe it. And when I work with him, I wear steel-toed boots. Now, I have small feet. When I put the steel-toed boots on, they make my feet significantly bigger, and sometimes I forget. So I think what happened was I went to step up onto this platform that is on the rail, and my foot caught the bottom, and I tripped, and I fell, and my knee hit the floor, and I think my shin hit that 90-degree at the perfect angle that when I fell forward, it pulled the skin back. Yeah, it was gross. It looked bad. I only got 4 stitches, but yeah. I asked the doctor when I was there, I'm like, did it go to the bone? He's like, I think it did. It's pretty much there. So, for those of you who are squeamish, maybe not watch the rest of this. I'm going to explain a little bit more in detail what had happened. So yeah, it ripped the skin pretty good. And when it happened, I kept working. I fell, and I got back up really fast, because hope no one saw that. That was super embarrassing. But I was like, okay, fine, whatever. I'll keep working. And my knee was feeling better, but the pain in my shin wasn't subsiding. And I was like, that's concerning. So I looked down, and there was blood coming through my pants. Now, I didn't rip my pants at all. There was no reason for me to be like, I cut myself, because the pants were intact. It's I don't even know how I did it. So I looked down, a little bit of blood. I'm like, well, I'll go to the back, and maybe I'll check on this. Maybe I need a Band-Aid. Well, Zach was back there, and I was like, hey, can you just have a look at my shin? He's like, sure. He's like, oh. So I sat down, and then I started to get dizzy. I'm usually pretty good with blood. I watch horror movies. I love them. My favorite genre. And someone else bleeding is not a big deal. I'm usually okay. But for whatever reason, when it's me, my body's like, no, and it shuts down. So I got a little woozy. I passed within 15 minutes, and then he looked at it again. He was like, yeah, we should probably take you to the hospital. So it was a 5-hour wait, which was fun. And the doctor was really, really nice. And I felt fine at this point, aside from a sore leg. So he froze it, which was the worst part. Freezing. Absolute worst part. And then he went ahead and started to stitch me up, which I watched. I don't know why. I was fine with watching him basically sew me back together. But there's this part that will never leave my mind. It's since it went to the bone, he had to check for bone chips. And there's only really one way you can do that, and that's by feeling the bone. So he basically stuck his finger in my leg hole, and it was so gross. Oh. And I watched this all happen. He felt around, it was frozen at this point. So I couldn't feel it. It was just super bizarre. So I have the image stuck in my head of the doctor feeling around. But yeah, he stitched it all back up, and I was fine. It's been healing. It's been sore, but nothing severe. But anyway, that's how I got my first set of stitches. I've had internal stitches. I got my tonsils when I was 7, and I had wisdom teeth out. And those wisdom teeth stitches didn't dissolve. I had to go back. And that sucked because I healed really quick, and I healed over them, and I had to cut them out. That just was an idiot. We should talk about my wisdom teeth story one day. Maybe not on this channel. It's a long story. At least this sort of relates to derby. Like, I've been wanting to go road skating. I've only gone once since I've moved. But it's almost healed. Almost time to take the stitches out, so that's good. How are you? How are things with you? I hope things are going alright and you're not waiting 5 hours in the hospital for stitches for a stupid accident you had. But I thought it was a fun little update that I think is kind of hilarious despite the pain I endured. So, in the comments below, tell me about some of your silly accidents. I'd love to hear, like, dumb ways you ended up getting stitches. Those would be fun to read. Yeah, that's it. Okay, bye. Bye.